Have you ever felt stuck, holding on to something long after it stopped serving you? A thought, a person, a version of yourself. We carry so much out of fear, pride, or habit, even when it weighs us down. But what if strength isn't about holding on? What if real strength is the courage to let go? Today, we journey into the wisdom of Lao Tzu and Marcus Aurelius, two voices from opposite sides of the world, whispering the same truth across time. Let go and live lighter. Do you ever hate the sound of traffic in the morning? Every morning, he drives the same road, and every morning, he ends up here, stuck. Stuck in traffic. Stuck in stress, stuck in thoughts like, why is this happening to me? The world outside is loud, but sometimes the loudest noise is inside us. We try to control the world, the timing, the people, the outcome. But what if the problem isn't the traffic? What if the real burden is the need to control it? He clenches the wheel, checks the clock. His mind spirals. Then, a breath, a pause. Not much, just enough. And in that pause, a question. What if I let go? Not of the wheel, but of the anger, of the illusion of control. Over 2,000 years ago, in ancient China, a quiet man sat beside a river. His name was Lao Tzu, philosopher, poet, sage, the father of Taoism. He watched the water curve gently around every stone, never forcing, never fighting, just flowing. The soft overcomes the hard, he said. For Lao Tzu, the river was a teacher, a mirror of the Tao, the natural way of the universe. He believed the secret to life wasn't in controlling the world, but in flowing with it, to stop resisting, to move with what is. Like the river, we were not meant to fight every obstacle, but to yield and keep moving. He called this Wu Wei, effortless action. It doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing without struggle. Like clouds drifting, like bamboo bending in the wind, like breath moving in and out without us even trying. By letting go, it all gets done, he wrote. In a world obsessed with control, Lao Tzu offered something radical. Trust. Trust the flow. Trust the process. Trust that life, like water, knows where it's going. Across the world, and centuries later, another man sat in silence, but not by a river. He sat in a palace, crowned in gold, but weighed down by war, disease, and duty. His name was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, and student of Stoicism. Each night, after commanding armies and facing betrayal, he returned to his private journals, to write not to the world but to himself. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Where Lao Tzu said, flow with the river, Marcus said, stand like a rock. But they both meant this: let go of what you cannot control. For the Stoic, peace comes not from drifting, but from anchoring deep within. The storms outside may rage, but within we can choose calm. Marcus taught, don't react, respond. Don't grasp, accept. Don't fight what is, use it. The world doesn't owe us ease, but we can still choose inner freedom. Even as emperor, Marcus practiced humility. Even with armies, he chose silence. And in a world obsessed with winning, he asked only, "What is in my control, and how can I meet this moment with wisdom?" At first glance, Lao Tzu and Marcus Aurelius seem worlds apart. One sat by rivers. The other ruled an empire. One spoke of flow. The other spoke of discipline. But look deeper and you'll find the same root. Let go of what you can't control. Lao Tzu called it Wu Wei, effortless action. Marcus called it virtue, choosing your response. Both knew we suffer not because life is hard, but because we fight it. The Stoic says, "This is not in your hands. Release it." The Taoist says, "Stop pushing. Flow instead." East or West, ancient or modern, the wisdom is the same. When you let go of control, you gain clarity. Let go, not to escape the world, but to be fully in it without being consumed by it. Lao Tzu would nod in silence. Marcus would write it down. So how do we live this today? In New York, in Chicago, in San Francisco, in a country that rewards hustle, speed, control, can we still find peace by letting go? Yes, but it starts small. One breath before reacting. One pause at the red light, not to check your phone, but to be here. One moment of grace when the email doesn't go your way. The Tao says, flow around it. The Stoic says, choose your response. And in that moment, you practice both. In that space between stimulus and reaction, you become free. Not controlled by traffic, not owned by stress. Just present, just you. Flowing like the river, standing like the rock. Lao Tzu would smile. Marcus would nod. And you would let go and live. Letting go isn't just a philosophy. It's a daily practice. She wanted to say something hurtful in the argument. Instead, she breathed and let it go. He didn't get the job. Instead of blaming the world, he stood up and let it go. The traffic didn't move, but he chose silence over stress. The coffee spilled. The plan changed. The deal fell through. Each time, a choice appeared. Control the world or control yourself. And in those tiny moments of surrender, something beautiful happened. Peace. Not from outside, but within. Letting go doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you are no longer a prisoner of it. And that is freedom. Just like the river. Just like the emperor. Life isn't always easy, but it is always moving. And when we stop trying to fight the flow, we begin to feel alive again. Letting go isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new life. A life with less fear, less control, and more space to breathe. Like Lao Tzu said, by letting go, it all gets done. Like Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. And like you've always known deep down, the more you release, the lighter you feel. The world hasn't changed. The traffic's still there. But now, he's free. So maybe, today, you don't need to fix the world. Just let go of one thing and start again. Old words, new life, and it begins now. If your heart feels a little lighter, subscribe. More ancient wisdom is waiting for your new life. East, West, old truths, new life.